Good morning. No. Good morning. So this I'm back. My goal is to finish as many books that.
1 hour later.
Good morning. I'm back with another video. So this video is going to be about all the books that have been sitting on my physical TBR for quite some time now, and I really want to finish reading most of them by the end of 2004. This is not a definitive reading list, but these books have been sitting in my desk for so long that I want to make sure to finish at least most of them. So the first book on the list is The Namesake by Jubba Lahari. Now I remember buying this book back in 2021 or 2020, and I've read half of it, but for some unknown reason I DNF'd it. So I'm gonna get back to reading this. This book is actually about a boy who doesn't really like his name and later realizes how his name means something. It is a great book, and I really like her writing. I remember enjoying it. So the next book on the list is When We Were Grown-Ups by Anne Tyler. So this is my fourth book, I guess, by Annie Tyler. I love her. I love her work. She mostly writes about women, relationships, mostly dysfunctional relationships or family dynamics, and which is very interesting. The language is also super easy to understand. So I think even a beginner could finish could easily read books written by her. I really liked all of her works. I'm very excited. The next book is Train to Pakistan by Kushwant Singh. It's basically about partition, about India Pakistan partition. And I am a beginner in this topic. I don't know much about the partition or what happened. I just remember reading a little bit about it back in school days. Um, so I'm excited to read this book and learn a lot more about partition. So the next book is Second Place by Rachel Cusk. So again, this is one of Instagram favorites. Not really sure what the book is about. So we are just diving into this without knowing anything about it. Second Place is a fable of female fate and male privilege and a story of unfathomable attractions. Modern and timeless, it reminds us of Earth's seduction and elemental power to both save and destroy. I'm excited to read this. Okay, so again, the next book is this I Want to Die But Want to Eat a Bookie. So, again, this is one of Instagram's favorite. I've actually started reading this book, but again, few pages in, I left it. I remember it being a conversation between a therapist and a woman. Right then, when I was reading this book, I didn't feel I was in the mental space, in the right place to read this book. That is why I DNF'd it. But I think I'm going to give it another try. So the next book is this Ratno Doli, The Best Stories of Dhumketu. It has been translated from Gujarati to English. So this is a short story collection, and I remember reading like one story, I guess. I definitely read this book earlier. Like, I remember reading one of the short stories, but I don't remember what it is. So again, I'm excited. It's been so long since I've actually touched a short story collection, so it's going to be nice, I guess. The next book on my TBR is Animal. I've actually read two chapters of this book, and I'm not quite sure what the book is about, but from the title I'm guessing it's about this protagonist, a woman who acts out of her instinct. That is what animals do, right? Animals, unlike humans, they don't think, they act out of their natural instinct. So I'm guessing that is what the book is about. And the next book on my list is Piranesi by Susanna Clark. Susanna Clark. Yeah. So this was actually shortlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2021. And again, this is one of a very popular book. It's very popular on Instagram. It's one of Instagram's favorite. And again, I'm not sure what the book is really about, but I'm thinking it's something like mystical fiction. Is that even a thing? Mythological fiction? No, I don't think it's mythological, but maybe a little bit of fantasy. I'm not sure, guys. So the next book on the list is Bunny by Mona Abad. So this is a short story collection. No, it's not. This is not a short story collection. It's a proper book. I mean, a proper complete story, and it has three parts. Samantha Heaton Mackey is an outsider in a small, highly selective MFA program at Warren University. In fact, she's utterly repelled by the rest of her fiction writing cohort, a clique of unbearably teenage girls. It's a completely different book from what I was thinking it to be. Oh my god. So the next book on the list is The Liberation of Sita by Volga, which has been translated from Telugu to English. And I'm very, very excited about this book because my mother tongue is Telugu, and this is my first time reading a book that has been originally written in Telugu. And this is my first time reading the work of a author in Telugu, so which is kind of interesting and exciting. So this book is basically about the retelling of Ramayana, but through Sita's perspective. And I think I have been hearing all these mythological stories ever since I was a kid, but a lot of importance is only given to the kings and to the male protagonists. And I think it's high time we also hear stories from the women's perspective because they play an equally important role in all these mythological stories.